You might be the type of person who really enjoys cleaning. In fact, you don't really need any motivation to organize your home, to do daily chores. It's just a part of you and it's very satisfying. Others may struggle a bit here with motivation, with finding a purpose in cleaning the same thing for the 100th time. I actually really enjoy a neat and tidy home. I just don't always love the energy it takes to keep that up. However, it's very easy to find the energy to go thrifting or to run into Target or Marshall's and just see what's up, check out the estate sale down on the corner. That's the easy stuff. That's what gives us some dopamine, and we feel good, and we feel even better if we actually purchase something and bring it home. But we want a system that works across the board. We don't want just a quick hit of happy. Well, everything else is in disarray. We need a system to manage our homes in such a way that we accomplish the things that we need to do, and we have things that really bring us joy that we get to do. Welcome to the Peaceful Home, and welcome to part 3 of the series, Thrifting Without Cluttering Your Home. Now, you don't have to be a thrifter to take advantage of what this series has to offer. Anything at all that you are bringing into your home requires a system to manage it. The more you have, the more you have to manage. And we need to make sure we're taking care of our home and we are decluttering and we're constantly doing that 1 in, 1 out. If you missed part 2, I actually did a 1 in, 3 out. I will link below the playlist in case you missed the first 2 episodes. Part 3 of this system is work before play. Now this means that we are going to do some things that we perceive as work. So if you love to dust and vacuum, that's probably not going to be on your list. You do it anyway, not a problem. But what about the things you procrastinate on? What about the things that you dread doing? Work before play is a technique to get motivated to do repairs, to do seasonal chores, or procrastinated projects. So I make a list. What are the things that I've been putting off, or the things that need to be done? In this case, spring. I'm doing kind of a spring cleaning, spring refresh with my decor, packing up the winter stuff. But it's not just for spring, it's for any time you bring something new into your home. Follow the 4-part system and you will avoid piling up clutter, having closets overfilled, having things out in your home because you don't have room in your closets or drawers. So things start getting stacked and put in the hallway and overflowing in the laundry room. The reason I came up with this step is because I would be so excited about getting out the new decor, whether it's for Christmas or for fall or for spring. And I'm putting to the side the things that I should do. And I realized if I just work before play, if I just take care of the things I need to do, then my reward is getting to decorate. When you come home from a thrift haul, take care of the things that need to be done to motivate you to get to actually use the things you thrifted. You don't get to use them, you don't get to put them away, you don't get to cut off the tags until you've tackled your list. So I came up with 8 things on my list that need to be done first. Let me interject something here. The idea of work before play can be taken too far. For example, you might think, I never have my work done. There is always something to do, so I can't play. I can't do the fun things. This is one reason that God commanded a Sabbath rest, because we would never rest. We think there's never time to rest. That is certainly the way I think. And as I have worked on observing the Sabbath, it has really shifted my perspective. And I am becoming more rested and healthier in every way, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So the idea of work before play is not to accomplish every single thing that needs to be done in your home. It's just tackling the things that maybe you've been putting off, or the things that are necessary for the season you're in. Okay, back to my list. Number 1, clean the tops of the cabinets and the open shelving in my kitchen. Number 2, wash the glass doors. I'm going to have to take this outside and hit it with the hose. It is so sticky and gross. This is one of the first gifts that my husband gave me right before our wedding. We were preparing and getting ready to pack up some things for our new apartment, and he went by a yard sale. He found 2 wicker nightstands that were beautiful. We used them for years and years. And this picnic basket. It's huge, it's amazing. I'll never get rid of it, but I don't know that I want it up here above the fridge anymore. I wanted to show you something. This box just came. I'm so excited to open this. Now, this is not a sponsored video. This is coming from a proud mama who's very biased. I'll just tell you that. My children, my daughter Rachel and her husband Joshua, have started a business. They have created a product called Hidden Liver. This is the first shipment I've gotten. I ordered 3 jars, of course. Now, a lot of you know the benefits of organ meats. They are such an important part of your diet, but a lot of us are tired of choking down big pills. Rachel is a midwife, and she deals with so many pregnant mamas that cannot swallow pills. And that was part of the inspiration for this. Hidden liver can be added to just about anything. Maybe not a cake mix, but you can add it to your spaghetti sauce, to your taco meat, to chicken fajitas, anything you want. I was part of the test run, and I got to sample it, try it in my food. I couldn't even tell it was there. Absolutely amazing. And to be able to have those nutrients and be able to get your kids to eat this stuff. Anyway, this is a really exciting day for our family. I've got to call my kids and let them know that the Hidden Liver arrived. Their company's name is Homage, and I will link it below just in case you're interested. I truly think it's an amazing product. Now, I've done about all I can do for today. I'm going to take a break, make some dinner, and unless I get a surge of energy tonight, I'll pick this back up tomorrow. Number 3, wash all of the jugs and my collection of pictures that are up on that open shelving. Number 4, I need to declutter my collection. That will be interesting. I did a video a while back where I talked about the thing that has to happen if you're doing serious decluttering. And that is, you have to get rid of things you love. And these are all my friends. I loved all of these. I have collected them for years. All of the white pictures, that is. Each one is special in its own way. But if I really want to have less, that means it can't just be the things that I don't like anymore or the things I don't think I'll use. I have to start parting with things that I really like. I just can't keep it all. I no longer have the capacity to manage this much. The teapot is not going anywhere. I've got to check and see, this cream and sugar. Is this the right one? No, I'll find the creamer that goes with the sugar bowl. These are keep. I have 2 Falls Graph pitchers. I don't need 2, so 1 can go. This one can go, and the little ones. Now, most of these are from my daughter. When she was living here, she had quite a collection. These were the ones she was getting rid of, and I put them all above the cabinets, but I don't need these. I think this one is really cool. This would be beautiful with stems in it for spring, but I don't think I need it. I'll make sure that I have what I need for stems, but the rest of these can go. Number 5, I'm going to swap out my winter and spring dishes. Number 6, paint a saucer that I purchased for a plant pot that doesn't match. I lost a bunch of the footage of this, but I started with a charcoal gray saucer and I just began layering the paint on, kind of splotching it on in different spots until I got the color that I wanted and it looked more like the urn. And then I finished it with a clear coat. Number 7, dust all of the windowsills in my living room, and actually wipe them down because they need it. And number 8, repot my snake plant. Well, mission accomplished. I got everything done on my list, and that feels so good. And now my reward, I get to take all of my thrifted things, I get to take all of my spring decor and put it out. And that will be video number 4. Do you operate at all on a work before play system? I would love to hear about it. And if you've been following along, what are you thinking about these 3 parts so far? If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't before. It is completely free. Just to vote for my channel, just hit the button. Thank you for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. I will see you in part 4.